Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a fun one for you today. We've got an animated testimonial slider. If I roll down here, there's our little testimonial slider. As you can see, it's rolling around. I've got mine rolling every 7 seconds. And of course, people can click on the arrows, go forward, backwards. And we've also got some little pagination dots here. They can go to whichever slide they want. And that's a great little thing to have on your site. Really easy to do. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the visual builder. And let's roll down. In fact, let's start at the top. I'm going to add a new section here. Little blue button to add a new section. I'm going to make mine a regular section. Inside for this today, I'm just going to use a single column. I'm going to use the Divi slider module to create this today. I'm going to roll down. There's the slider module. And by default, it puts in a couple of slides. Let's get rid of that second one. And you've got a title, some content, and a little call to action button. That's really not what we want. Today, we really want some content, and that would be the testimonial itself. And then just a bit of info about the person that put it on there. So I'm going to go into my first slide here. Just roll this up a little bit more. Now the testimonial part is what you want to put in the title up here. So I got a few little 25 or so word testimonials over here. Obviously this isn't a real site, so I've got to chat GPT to make them up for me. I'm actually going to put that in the title here. You can have longer or shorter if you want to. As you can see, that's popped that in there. But I really don't want it quite as large as that, and we'll edit that in a moment. I don't want to have a call to action button on them at the bottom there. If you do, that's fine. Put in whatever you want your button to say there. And you can put a link for the button in down below there. If you don't want a button, just delete what it says there. And the button's gone. Now down below here is where we want to put the info about the person that's written the testimonial. So I'm going to paste that in there. I'm going to separate that a little bit. As you can see, it's popped it down below. I'm going to take that comma away, I believe, and I put the position on a different line there. I'm going to make the name perhaps a heading 3. Obviously adjust yours to what you want. I've made it a bit bigger there. And of course you can bold or italicize, whatever you want to do with yours. I've made that bold. Let's actually make the position bold as well. Just makes it stand out a little bit more. And I might make that a little bit bigger in size also. Well, let's fix our text here. It's way too big for me. If you like it, that's fine. Leave it as it is. We can do that over in design. And remember, this is our title text here. So once in design, we can go down to title text. And let's just take it down in size. Something more reasonable, about 18 pixels. A little too small. Let's make it 20 pixels. I'm going to make it semi-bold just up here. Of course, you can change the font to anything you want. And it might be a nice idea to italicize it. You quite often see italics with testimonials. Back in the day, it always used to be Georgia italic font. Divi's got a whole amazing amount of fonts to choose from. If you want to audition one, just roll over it. It'll give you an example of that particular font. I'm going to leave mine on the default there. That's okay. Let's make it semi-bold so it stands out a little bit more. And I'm going to adjust that line height. It looks a little bit too close together for me, so I'm going to go down just a tad. Line height. I'm going to increment up with the little arrows there till it's about how I want it. I think that works for me. Great. Well, let's make that little paragraph text slightly bigger also. That's just down below here in body text. If we click on it. It's 14 at the moment. Let's make it 16. I think that works for me. Obviously, you can adjust this however you wish. If you want more of a gap between the actual testimonial and the person's name there, We can do that back over in content. Go into the text. And we'll just give it a space. That's dropped it down a little bit. Fantastic. Just to make it look a little better, let's add an image to the background here and blend it with that color. I mean, that's absolutely fine, but I like to style mine a little bit. So still in content, we can do that if we roll down to background right here. It's got that default blue. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to add an image in the background. Pop this fella in. Now you can't see the writing very well there, but if I go down, just roll down and blend it, I'm going to use multiply for mine with that blue color. That makes that text stand out a lot better. Great. Well, we're fairly happy with that one. So I'm going to save that. That'll take us to back to the main slider settings here. Now I'm going to duplicate this as many times as I want for my other slides. I'm just going to do 3 for this example today. Then, of course, we need to go into our next slide, little cog. Go into the text. We'll put in our next testimonial here. Just double click on it. It'll select it all. I'm going to paste my new testimonial in there. Do the same thing for the person's name. If you just do the name and then the info down below, it'll keep that formatting for you. We will have to rebold the position, but that's fine. It doesn't take a second. Founder. And then we're going to do exactly the same for this one. After we've done this, we'll animate it. Testimonial in a slider up here. In the title, I mean, up here. And again, we'll take the name and the position and creative director. We'll bold that up. Of course, I want to change the background image out in each of these, unless, of course, you happen to want to keep the same one. I didn't change it out in this one. Great. Let's animate this thing now. I've only got 3 slides, but that'll do. You can rinse and repeat for however many you want. So we want to make sure we get out of our slide settings. So we'll save this so that we're in the main slider. That's really important. I'm going to go down to design. Right at the bottom of design, you're going to find animation. Now, if you go down to the bottom of this and you don't find animation, chances are you're in one of your slides. This question comes up every time. I can't find the animation. If we go into a slide now, go to design, there's no animation at the bottom there. If that's the case, just hit your little green check mark. Take you back to the main slider settings again. Design. There's the animation down the bottom. Now this top lot, they're going to animate the thing when it comes in. They're not the animation we're looking for today. For instance, if I put roll in there, it's going to make that crazy animation when the page loads. I'm not interested in that. Here's what we want just down below, automatic animation. I'm going to switch that to on. By default, it puts in 7,000 seconds. That's actually okay, I think, for a testimonial. Give them time to just read that. And of course, if they hover over it by default, it's going to stop. They'll give them a chance to read it and hit the pagination and things like that. If you don't want it to stop when they put their mouse over it, you can turn this from off to on and it'll just keep rolling. I like it to stop, give them a chance to look at things. So just to finish off, while we're in design, I'm going to close up animation. And I'm going to throw a little bit of box shadow in the bottom just to lift it off the page. Fantastic. Well, I'm happy with that. Let's make sure it's all going to work on the front end. I'm going to save changes. I'm going to hit my little purple button. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. Now, if we roll down a bit, there's our little testimonial slider. It's going to roll around every 7 seconds. Great little feature to have on your website. I know these were generated with the AI, but testimonials do build confidence with your clients. So there you go, guys. Animated testimonial slider. Really easy to do. great feature to have on your site. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video like this one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.